All right, everybody, welcome out to the Logroom Guys Craft Beer Show. It is Tuesday, February the 14th. Happy Valentine's Day, 2023. Jersey Johnny coming at you. With me, as always, is none other than Lucy. You got some explaining to do there, Lucy.
That guy. I can't do
that. Guy. No. Anyway,
I don't think I can do that.
Whatever.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. How are you this evening, sir? What are you eating there?
I'm eating an almond butter chocolate cup.
Okay.
Not a peanut butter cup, almond butter cup.
And why are you doing that?
Because they were on sale at Marshall's.
See, everybody expected that to be a segue to what today is.
Oh, no, there's that too. It's look at this. The bottom flares, that's what stands up. You see this?
Look at that. Wow, look at that. It's pretty ingenious, I tell you. That's why.
Oh, no, it's National Cream-Filled Chocolates Day.
Happy National Cream-Filled Chocolate Day. Well, I wonder why today is National Cream-Filled Chocolate Day.
I don't know. It might be, it's what is it, the second Tuesday of February? No, I think February 14th every year. So I'm taking almond butter. That to me is my cream filling. So I think that counts. What do you think?
I think it does count.
Okay.
You know why I think it counts?
What do you think it counts?
Well, happy Valentine's Day right back at everybody out there. Because I am going to eat, I'm going to eat a peanut butter cup. And I'm not going to eat an almond butter cup, and it's not a cream filled. Well, I guess it's peanut butter cream, if you will.
Cream, yes.
Why not? There you go. There you go.
Okay.
So happy Valentine's Day.
Happy freaking Valentine's Day, yeah.
I hope your Valentine's Day is going well. A beautiful day here in the...
oh, yeah. New Jersey's had some beautiful weather today.
Well, it's going to be almost 70, they say here.
Oh, God.
So I guess Phil was wrong and Chuck was right. What do you think? Now that I said that, we'll have a blizzard next week.
I'm just trying to figure out why we put all of our weather prognostication on rodents.
Yeah. Well, I mean, really... You know,
Chuck is usually right anyway.
Chuck is usually more right than Phil has really gone downhill, I swear.
You know
ever since the movie and his fame,
it went right to his damn head.
Right to his head. He's out of it. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Frankly, I think I like that one idea that they should announce a sequel to the movie and just release the same movie.
That's a great idea. It's a great idea.
I'm going to go to a lint now because, well, packaging's red.
You were playing with your belly button? You're gonna go to lint now?
That belly. Well, you know what? My lint has a belly button. Look at that.
Your lint has a belly button. So your belly button has a lint, and your lint has a belly button.
My belly button's got some lint, and this lint's got some belly button.
I'm gonna have another chocolate peanut butter cup. These are pretty good. You know,
those are pretty good. So, we'll talk about chocolate later in the show.
Yep. Foreshadowing.
We do that.
Got my dessert right here. I'm gonna, finish up later on the show with a little Hershey's Kiss.
Oh, this is so sweet.
I know.
Dingy.
But
there is another interesting day today.
There is.
That kind of ties into current events. It's Extraterrestrial Culture Day.
Happy Extraterrestrial Culture Day, and I want to talk about that a little bit when we bring the guest on. That should be interesting to.
It should, but
to discuss a little bit.
The reason it's timely is the whole. We've shot down 4 objects floating.
4 or 5, yeah. They've canceled all balloon rides for the foreseeable future. So.
Thanks, Scott Wells. And the best thing is, so my son's in the Air Force. So when they shot down the balloon, the one that was actually identified as a espionage balloon, he told me he's at a Air Force base in South Carolina. I forget the name of it right now, but he said it was an F-22 Raptor out of Langley. I'm like, why? Were you guys too close? Well, they have to use something out of Langley. He's like, they
wanted a running start at it, is what they,
It made a lot of sense. Though. Langley's always on high alert because they're right by the Capitol.
Sure.
Right. So they're always on high alert. He goes, we don't have, their planes aren't set up with, they don't have missiles on their planes at all times.
Well, right? Did they shoot a missile at it? Did they shoot a BB at it?
They could have gone up in a Piper Cub. Someone could have hung.
Like a
slingshot.
Right.
Dennis the Menace could have taken that thing.
Spitball could have taken the thing out.
But no, they used an F-22, and someone's like, they set the F-22 because it's our most expensive, most impressive plane. Because America, we've got to show off. So we shot the first 3 things down with F-22s. They finally set up the F-16 to shoot down the 4th one because it's a lot cheaper to operate. Right. He's a crew chief for an F-16.
Very nice.
He's got a nickname for the F-16. piece of shit.
POS.
Yeah, he thinks they're garbage. But anyway,
Yeah, 22. I mean, that's the balls, right? That's the plane that has the balls hanging down the back of it.
actually, yeah, no, that's the one that's got the bags of money that people confuse for balls.
That's right.
If you talk to my son, he thinks the F-15 is a much better plane.
Yeah, very nice.
The
very
Eagle.
nice.
So, and then,
Gotcha.
and
All right.
the F-22 is supposed to be taking place in the A-10, and that's both of our favorite planes.
Well, now this has gotten into a military conversation.
Yes, we have. Let's bring
so
in a militant curmudgeon.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show our longtime guest and favorite friend of the show, the whiskey/beer whisperer, Tom Mulvihill.
Hey, how are you?
How are you, sir?
I'd like to speak towards, what would you say, Extraterrestrial Culture Day?
There you go.
This might be a shock to you, but I'm quite a big deal on my home planet.
I've heard that. I've heard that.
Yeah, he's a BOGO.
I'm quite a big deal, man. Anyways, but don't tell anybody. Hey, as far as balloon rides are out. Mustache rides are in.
Right. And they're always 5 cents. In these days of rising costs, they're always still 5 cents.
And I also want to know, can anything be cream filled or just chocolates?
We gotta go. We're just not gonna. We're not gonna.
We're just gonna. Where's that cart with the laughter on it?
I'm on fire. Yeah, I'm on fire this evening.
There you go. Yeah. He's got a million of them. Tip your waitresses, folks. Your bartenders.
Don't try the veal because it's really not kind to the animals.
It's really not veal.
It's not really. Yeah.
There you go.
We just punted the hell out of a pork chop.
All right. Well, before we get into this any of our conversations, I need a drink. I had a long
time. because this conversation isn't raucous enough already.
Right. What do you start? I told you before, Samurai, that I was going with 2 beers tonight because we're going to probably do a shorter show tonight. Yeah. I'm actually going to go with 3 because they're all 12-ounce cans instead of 16-ounce cans.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm only going to wind up having like a couple ounces more than 2 16-ounce cans anyway. So.
Well, I'm going with a 16 and a 12, but the 12 is a 10% beer. So.
Well, there you go. And how about it? All right.
So what do we? Fred, you got anything open there?
Well, I'm going a different direction on you guys. I'm going to surprise you here for Valentine's Day. I'm having some wine from Kiltoy. They're a winery just a little north of Joplin.
If he knew,
as if he knew
that today is
Happy Wine Lovers Day, folks. Happy Wine Lovers Day.
And we're not kidding. Tom did not know.
No, that was not pre-planned. That actually was.
Everything else is completely set up. Schlocky.
That was very serendipitous. That was.
How about that? Hey, man.
Very nice.
A happy accident, as Bob Ross would say.
That would work as well, right?
But it's got the right color for Valentine's Day. Do it now.
Absolutely.
That's an absolute blue.
It's an 18% dessert wine described by their winery as a port-like wine.
There you go. I actually have 2 bottles of port back here on the bar. Maybe one of these days maybe on a Friday night, Tom, when you and I are doing something on a Friday night, maybe I'll actually crack open a port.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, I love a good port.
Or maybe we'll have a port show one day.
Maybe we do a port show.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
I tell you what, that dark rye that John and I both love, it's finished in port barrels. That's why
it is finished in port barrels.
Yeah,
so we can start with that one and then go to a couple of port.
I love beers that are
that would be a sloppy. I mean, good really show.
Yep, that would.
Oof. Yeah. Port. This will be the second show I fell asleep in. Port does put me to sleep.
There you go. And there's actually, we could talk about that if we did do a port show. Even if we do it on your show, Tom, that would be awesome. There's one of my favorite ports is actually made in New Jersey.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah.
It's Unionville Vineyards down in East Damwell. New Jersey, down near Lambertville. They make they make a few actually. They make a couple of really, really good ports. They make a really good late harvest Riesling. So if you like super, super, super sweet beer,
Riesling port, nice.
Yeah,
I think for me it's Wars.
Okay,
late harvest.
Yep.
And I love the late harvest ports. I really do. I think they're smoother. They're warmer but not hotter, if that makes any sense.
Totally makes sense. Okay. Absolutely. We got a comment here from Edward Meyer says loves port wine. Absolutely. Who doesn't?
What's your favorite port, Eddie?
What's your favorite port, Ed? By the way, my first beer while Ed types in Willie's Gold from
that's a good beer.
Alt Ending. It's a Fooder lagered Helles lager. It's delicious.
It's really good. I'll go with something John gave me that's actually got pushed to the back of the fridge, and I pulled it out. It's a winter warmer, so it's probably a little on the older side, but it's warm your bones. This is Treehouse, so I'm drinking out of an untapped.
nice.
I'm drinking out of an untapped glass because, well, they're the #1 rated brewery on Untapped.
Sure, of course.
And this is a winter warmer. It's only coming in at 5.6%. And John, I don't know if you had the same experience as I do, but this drinks higher.
It drinks way higher than it is.
Right? It drinks like a 7.5, 8.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was between an 8 and a 9 if somebody told me that. Yeah, it's really it drinks, but it's not hot. It just drinks higher.
It drinks higher because the malt backbone in this is amazing.
Really nice. Yeah.
I like this a lot. But it's Treehouse. They can't. I don't know them to do anything wrong.
Absolutely. Eddie Chambag, he says anything Portuguese. There you go.
Yeah, it's hard to argue that. Really hard to argue that. But Wars that I like, my favorites. That's from Porto. Right. Also, there's another one that I like a lot. Not Sandeman's. No, I do enjoy Sandeman's tawny.
Sandeman's is good.
Yeah, of the tawny ports that I've had, Sandeman's is my favorite. So we're almost turning this into a port show.
I know this is not a port show. We will get to that. We will do that
one of these days.
Whether we do it on this show or we do it on Tom's show, we'll do a port show, but not right now. Today is all about Valentine's Day and the beers we drink and maybe things we do on Valentine's Day. Not too graphic.
Yeah, Tom, watch yourself.
Back to mustache rides, are we?
Back to Tijuana.
I put chocolate on my mustache.
Never mind.
Oh, you gotta love it. Anyway, all right. So, what we call it? We're drinking our beers. We're ready to go. Let's talk about some Valentine's Day beers. I mean, now there's a lot of beers. You got your chocolate beers out there. More on that later. Yes, that's more foreshadowing. But
foreshadowing. You put it right in the teaser. It's our top 3 chocolate beers. We'll get to it.
We'll get to the top 3 chocolate beers. Yeah. So we'll talk about them when we do the top 3 list. But you got chocolate cherry beers. You got beers that are just I mean, even some sours that feature cherry up front or any of those. I mean, there's really no end to what you could call a Valentine's Day beer, not necessarily made for Valentine's Day, but that you could enjoy that would fit the bill, so to speak, on Valentine's Day. So, Samurai, I'm sorry, Lucy.
What, Ricky?
Tell me
closer.
That was actually pretty good. Actually.
That wasn't too bad.
That was pretty good. What are you thinking when it comes to any of those beers? So not so much the chocolate, like I said, we'll talk about that in the top 3s. But,
well, so the son of the bitch at the bottom of the screen here, Fred. Did a show on he went and did a show on Friday about trying to make a Valentine's Day cocktail.
Oh yeah,
right. And so Karen and I were sitting in the kitchen and we've got a bottle that her aunt gave us. She tried to give us another one, by the way. Squash, but maybe after what I made with it, maybe we'll accept it. It's that peach raspberry Grand Marnier.
Right.
Oh,
right?
wow.
And because I'm looking at this thing going, what am I going to do with this? There's your Sandeman's. Oh, the Founders Reserve. No, that's a nice one, too.
Oh, wow, yeah.
But we're done with the port show.
Yeah, no, I just want to grab it and show you.
But I decided to take this peach and raspberry and mix it with bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie says, put some lemon juice in, and she was right. Balance the whole thing out and put in some orange bitters. Mm-hmm. And I gotta say, it actually turned out pretty damn nicely. And so, Tom's a bit responsible for my hangover Tuesday morning.
Saturday morning. I was going to say you had a hangover Tuesday morning from a drink you made on Friday night.
Yes, wow. this morning.
That's a big drink.
That's a big drink.
I had made 2 of them.
I'm a bad man.
You are a bad man, but you're an all-around good guy.
That's right.
On that note, Doug Smith just chimed in that Trogs just dropped Cordial Elf for Valentine's Day. It's a Mad Elf brewed with more cherry, vanilla, and cocoa nibs.
Wow, and it's only about 27% alcohol.
27.3, I think.
That I might actually try. John knows I tend to avoid Mad Elf because to me it's just cherry flavored rocket fuel.
I just happen to have one.
Yeah, there you go, right there.
I'm well stocked back here.
But I've been to the brewery and they had some of the some of the vintage ones, and they do age nicely. And
it's 11%. Here we go. Doug just said 11%, just like Mad Elf.
That's it. Yeah. Okay, but they do age nicely, and they will round out a bit, and that heat will mitigate. Mm-hmm. It'll still wreck you, but it won't taste like it's wrecking you as much. But I get that. But other things so there's that cocktail that I made. But seriously, if you're
so now, would you put it? Yeah, bourbon, lemon juice, peach. What else?
The peach raspberry Grand Marnier and a little bit of
peach raspberry Grand Marnier,
and orange bitters.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's 3 ounces bourbon, 2 ounces the peach raspberry, half a lemon, shoots of half a lemon, and as many shakes of orange bitters you feel is adequate for that.
Well, you see, I could get a little crazy with my bitters, so I can wind up being a half a bottle of bitters in there, so it's not going to be.
Tom and I have talked about this because every recipe you see 2 or 3 shakes of bitters.
I just shake the bottle till I feel like stopping.
You just shake the bottle until you feel like stopping. Okay.
Till something comes out.
Enough comes out.
Oh. This is the Valentine's Day show, folks.
But they also think it's a drink for Valentine's, like
with 3 guys on Valentine's Day.
One named Lucy.
One named Lucy, right? Exactly.
But why are we not talking about champagne? Champagne.
Well, I mean, there's a couple
Valentine's.
Yeah. I mean, you could make some cocktails with champagne too.
You don't even need to make a cocktail. Just great. Actually, I prefer prosecco.
Well, you know what? To be honest with you, yeah, I have to say that I'm not a big fan of either. But if I'm going to have one or the other, it's going to be prosecco. I got to tell you, I've had plenty of champagne. I'm not really a fan of champagne. No. I mean, I don't hate it by any means. I'll drink it. It's good. It's a well-made champagne is delicious. But there are other things I'd rather be drinking than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But however, if the Mets win the World Series, you'll be chucking it right out of the bottle.
Well, hell yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. But I'm just, I'm thinking like, what would you drink beer wise? Let's get back to we'll circle back around to some cocktails.
Well, beer wise, speaking of the
like I said, maybe you know what? Let's talk about cocktails. Let's not switch it up because I want to talk about cocktails, but we're going to wrap up, later on with talking about the chocolate. So the chocolate beer. So we'll digress into beer.
Are we allowed to digress? That's his tagline.
Tom, can we digress? All right.
We can all digress together.
We can all digress together.
As long as he's present.
There you go. I actually showed there's a I gotta look. I'm gonna share some of the things this gentleman does on our Facebook page. On our Facebook page. I'll share it on Instagram, our Facebook page. There's I gotta find it. Anyway, he makes amazing cocktails, this guy. Always looking at a few of the things he does. Here he is, the Thirsty Well, he's called.
That is not a good drink to bring to your significant other on Valentine's Day.
No, that's not the name of the drink.
Okay. I'm like, you're going to get into a lot of trouble if you do that.
It's the name of the Instagram account.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
That makes more sense. That'd be an awful name for it.
Thirsty Well _. That's his Instagram handle. Okay. I'll share some things to the Facebook page. We can share some things to Instagram. But he makes I was watching a video he did yesterday. He made 3 different Valentine's Day cocktails, and each one was better than the other. But you know what? You kind of had the right idea that you grabbed that Kerry even said. What he was putting some fruit in there, whether it was peach. He wasn't using peach, raspberry, Grand Marnier. He used peach. He used something else, another fruit, and he had bourbon in there. But he put lemon juice in to balance it out.
Yeah, it brings it all together. Who was it was saying that you need that acid?
Yep.
Right, Tom, I've heard you say that you need that acid as a balance.
Well, I mean, that's what the sweet vermouth does.
Or to take a trip to Tom's Planet, you could use some acid.
You could.
Hey, man, the 60s were good to me.
Just be careful when you drop it.
It's hard to pick back up again.
Exactly.
My goodness. I'm telling you, I'm quite a big deal on my home planet.
All right.
Like I said before, you're a buy one, get one on your home planet. That's a nice deal.
There you go. It's a BOGO. There you go. I love it. Cool. So Tom, what were some of the talk about the cocktail you made on your show the other night for
Oh,
Valentine's?
good Lord. I was drunk at the time.
Well, what you can remember of it, let us know.
It sounds like a good no, okay. Well, I go over some of it. So you guys know that I like to buy good product, but I love a deal, right? You know, I'm a bit of a tightwad.
Of course.
So I wasn't going to buy any whiskey last weekend, but I went to a store and they had an end cap full of stuff clearanced out. So this whiskey typically goes for about $25, and they had it marked down to $12.99.
Wow.
And I figured for the time of year it was perfect. It's a local product for me. It's called Mooney's. They do a regular bourbon, which I bought as well, but they had this chocolate cherry flavored whiskey.
Oh.
So I was kind of using this in place of other things, right? So I did kind of a Manhattan or a old fashioned, depending on which direction you're going, using a whiskey and then adding the chocolate cherry, but then adding the little cherry juice.
Interesting.
And then I did another one where I did kind of a shot where I used the chocolate cherry, and I might make one for you guys later because I brought it here, using the chocolate cherry and some creme brulee Irish cream.
Interesting.
So mixing you got the vanilla, the chocolate cherry. You're following me. So that was I'll make one of those for you later this evening. But I was doing various versions of a Manhattan for the most part, and I like to play around with the sweet vermouth. So I took the sweet vermouth out, and I've used the cream sherry upon occasion. But I took the sweet vermouth out, and I used this Irish teardrops in place, and it made it kind of a pink, very Valentine's Day like drink. So, but they have a white version of this called the Purple Harp. I don't know why the white one's called purple, but anyway. So I used that. Whiskey, and actually came to it made it a nice light pink drink. So I thought both of them would be nice Valentine's Day cocktails.
But that's an interesting point. Manhattan's typically made with sweet vermouth, and a sweet vermouth, really, that's not that far off of a dessert wine.
Yeah.
So
it didn't work. It did make it maybe a touch sweeter, but I cut back on the dessert wine and up the bourbon. I use 3 ounces of the whiskey to 1 ounce of the dessert wine.
Yeah, anytime I replace the vermouth with something sweeter, I will cut it by half in the drink. Like the time that I used a chocolate liqueur as the sweet vermouth.
And then the bitters, we talked about bitters earlier. I had the cherry bitters. I was using the cherry bitters for my Valentine's inspired cocktails.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds to me, Tom, that you believe that cherry is the flavor of Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it could be raspberry. Hell, it could be chocolate. What do I know? But it's red, right? So I figure anything red or chocolate works. If you like raspberry, use raspberry.
Raspberry can have at it. Strawberry is fine. Cherry's
Strawberry would work.
Cherry's the like norm, but yeah, nothing wrong with raspberry.
And for me, if I had the cello chocolate cherry chocolate covered cherries, I would have been eating those things.
If I buy a box of them and
it's no time, they're gone.
Well, it was kind of my idea behind the shot was to kind of create that, that chocolate cherry with the cream, the vanilla cream, using the creme brulee and the chocolate cherry whiskey. That was kind of the thought behind that.
Right. That's nice. So I was thinking, you that creme brulee liqueur that you have there. Now I make a chocolate martini.
Oh yeah.
I don't love them, but I like them, but I can drink one. It's just too sweet, right? But I'll make it just like some. We'll have a couple. But I make it with a good vanilla vodka. Mm-hmm. I use chocolate liqueur, but I use the white chocolate. I get the Trader Vic's, the white chocolate liqueur.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And typically you throw some Irish cream in there, but throwing getting that creme brulee liqueur with the chocolate liqueur and the vanilla vodka, that would be an interesting one. I'd like to try that. Whoa!
What's going on over here?
Stalker on? I mean,
I don't know.
You got a loud pub going on there, man.
That was a video game. Please tell me. So I was just really psyched about my idea to put the creme brulee liqueur in the chocolate martini.
Somehow I don't think he watches the show.
Well, we didn't get the extra like on there for that, so probably not. But yeah, anyway. So I got it. What's the name of the creme brulee liqueur? I'm sure there's others, but I'm just curious.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. This is part of a set my wife got at Aldi's. This is Connolly. It was a 3-bottle set, and it was bought in Christmas of 21. So I mean, I've had it a little bit.
Nice and aged.
Yeah.
There you go.
I tend not to age my cream liqueurs, but
no, it just hung around. It don't get
keep it in the fridge. You're fine.
I don't know.
It just got pushed in the back of the beer fridge. And
there is a thing of Bailey's in the fridge that's been there, I think, for over a year. So I guess that's a lie.
It should. If you keep them in the fridge, they're fine because it's not like there's heavy cream sitting in it and that's it. The alcohol in it acts as a pretty decent preservative in there. So.
Pretty good preservative. I do prefer my bourbon creams though.
Oh yeah.
Bourbon creams. So
I agree.
We'll talk about more on this on the next time I'm on or we're on your show. But there's I got to get another bottle of it and I'll bring it out on your show and have it. Bow something. I forget the damn name of it, but I got to find it. They have a line. They're affordable. They're decent. They're blends. They're once a. I'm just waiting. I just want to hear. I'm trying to hear what it was. I'm trying to make out the actual words. I'm trying to.
Excuse me. I'll be right back.
There you go.
I thought I heard butt crack.
I heard butt crack. I did hear butt crack. And that made me stop because I was curious where that was going.
I thought maybe I was mishearing, but I thought I heard butt crack. Butt crack. All right.
Yeah. I went to butt crack. There you go.
I just barely beat his mother to that door.
Well, I actually meant to mute your mic, and as I'm going to do it, I heard the boom, boom, boom. It's Tuesday, so. But in any event, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, it works.
Okay, now I'm all tangled up here.
You're all tangled up in blue, are you? There you go. Anyway, but I was saying anyway, they have a chocolate mint one that's just really, really good. It's not too sweet. It's got the right amount of chocolate, right amount of mint to mix with it. It's really tasty. They have a chocolate peanut butter one. They have a couple of cream ones. I haven't had those yet, but I got to get another bottle or two of it, and I'll show them on next time we do a cocktail show by you, Tom. We'll do that.
Yeah, we need to figure out a day where I get both to be on at the same time, but a lot of it's scheduling,
Right.
Yeah, do you guys are still busy?
There we go.
John's usually all selling beer somewhere.
Yes, yeah. Thursday nights are tough. Thursday nights are tough until probably mid-May. I should be able to do a Thursday night, but Friday nights most of the time, unless there's an event that we're doing, are fine with me.
Well, I'm off Friday, so I can actually do any Friday night.
Yeah.
Well,
there you go.
Well, Dave, you can do Friday, can't you?
I can do Fridays, definitely.
Right, so let's do a Friday. Let's do a Friday show.
Well, it depends on we might be doing something sometimes.
Well, if you're I said a Friday, not this Friday. I said a Friday. So.
Johnny's moving on to his second because the first one was at 12, so he's going on to his second 12-ouncer.
It was not only was it a 12, but it was like a 4-point. It was a 5.112. So sessionable. Now I'm moving on to a 5.0 12. So, and this one is
just like the Jeffersons. You're moving on up.
I'm moving on up. Actually, moving on down, really. But
on down, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's down.
And this is a Vienna lager, by the same brewery, alternate ending. Movie inspired brewery in Aberdeen, New Jersey.
Yeah,
right on Route 34.
They make some yummy stuff. They got some yummy food,
and
they are.
There might be a yummy. There might be a hint. There might be a yummy collab in the works there.
Maybe they're one of the few places in Jersey that's got yummy beer and yummy food.
There you go. Well, it's a nice color.
Oh, yeah, that pours nice.
Nice dark Vienna. I like that. Let's see if it's like that. Remember that dark Vienna we had from Bricks? It was right. I believe you and I had. Pretty sure.
Bricks. No. Was it?
I'm pretty sure it was.
No, but by the time I got to, you're talking about this Saturday.
No. This is a while ago. This is
Okay.
a while ago.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it was darker in color. It was still
Almost.
big.
Yeah. It was really good. Really tasty. It almost drank like a Bach, but you could tell it was not. It just almost did.
Yes.
Really, it was beefy. It was beefier there than.
Yeah, we drank it on the show, didn't we?
We did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So
that is correct. You sir are correct.
This is pretty tasty. It's called Stavro.
Stavro. That's
nice. All right.
Is that Ghostbusters 2? Stavro? No,
that was Vigo.
That's Vigo.
It's Vigo.
Wasn't that Telly Savalas' brother on Kojak? Wasn't it Stavro?
Stavro, yeah.
Wow, there's going back.
Who loves you, baby?
Who loves him? I had the lollipop.
The lollipop, right?
God, I still loved him. He was great in Kelly's Hero because he basically played Kojak.
Right.
Clint Eastwood basically played Clint Eastwood, and Donald Sutherland played Donald Sutherland. They pretty much played their own damn selves in this movie, and it friggin' worked. Don Rickles was hilarious.
Don Rickles, yeah.
My favorite.
I should say when wasn't Don Rickles hilarious?
My favorite quote from that movie is Don Rickles. Very good. You get a cookie.
There you go. And he didn't use hockey puck.
He never used hockey puck. He never called anybody a hockey puck. Because it would not have been appropriate, because was hockey even invented by World War II? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, hockey was invented.
Yeah, probably. Oh, yeah, because...
Before 94, before World War II, that was
right.
the last time the Rangers
had won it before. Yes, that's correct. You sir, correct. No, so I opened my second. I'm going to sip this one a little slower because it's 10% breakfast stout called Operation Breakfast, but it's Willet Bourbon Barrel Aged.
Operation
nice. That's from Flying Dog.
Very nice.
Flying Dog. Wow, very nice.
Yeah,
I've never seen that actually. I've never seen that one.
So Carrie's aunt, she loves her big stouts. We've mentioned this before.
Sure.
So she sees 10%. Ooh, let me get this. She didn't like it because she doesn't like maple.
Right.
Unlike, she's like the antithesis of John.
Pretty much.
And so she's telling us, well, I don't know. It's a brewery that begins with W. I'm like, where would she have found Walliver's? No, it's probably not Walliver's. And I'm going through all the W's, and it's like, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Well, it's Willet Bourbon Barrel Aged. That's what she's reading.
Well, she's looking at the Willet, yeah.
It's Flying Dog. And even if she told me it began with an F, I'm like, could it be? I may have come up with Flying Dog, but I would not have known what beer she was drinking.
I would not have. Yeah, I mean, nothing against a Flying Dog makes great beer. But I would not have put Flying Dog with a Willet Bourbon Barrel Aged stout. I just you typically don't see that from Flying Dog. Well, I haven't anyway. I'm sure they do it at the brewery or locally down in Maryland. But
and the only problem that I have with this beer,
you have a problem with the beer?
The first time I drank it, I really did not like this beer. I'm actually liking it now. So obviously, something I ate or drank beforehand, the first time maybe not like this. But
when was the first time you had the beer? Like, how long have you had that bottle?
It was 2 days ago.
Oh, okay. All right. I was going to say, if you had it like a year ago, maybe,
Yeah, it was 2 days ago. It was the first beer I drank on Super Bowl Sunday.
There you
go. But I hadn't drank anything at that point.
There you go.
Usually, if you haven't drank anything all day and you open your first beer, it's the tastiest damn thing on the planet, right?
Yeah.
In this case, I wasn't happy with it. I don't know why. Maybe it was something I ate. Oh, you know what? I was eating queso fondito. Maybe that interfered with it.
Queso fondito?
Yeah, that'll interfere with anything. So I'm liking it a little better now.
Mm-hmm.
Will definitely will interfere with your digestive tract. I'll tell you that.
Of course. Wait. The beer or the queso?
The queso fondito.
Fondito.
It's just melty Mexican cheese full of serranos and poblanos.
Yeah, that'll clean you out.
Yeah, it's some yummy stuff. But actually, this is the second time around. I'm liking this a lot.
So you had a hangover on Saturday morning and a hang under on Monday morning.
Hanging under. What was I hanging under? I don't know. I hope people took the over in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, really. Quick question, not to get into sports, and we won't digress into that. But
Tom, you're from Missouri. Were you rooting for the Chiefs?
I was. You guys know me. I'm a Rams fan, actually.
I know.
But all my family around here, in fact, my son was a Chiefs fan. So, yeah, I was kind of pulling for the Chiefs. I didn't really have a dog in the fight. But I honestly, my prediction before the game was I just didn't think Mahomes was going to let them lose this time. And losing the Super Bowl, losing the championship game last year, I just knew that kid wasn't going to let that team lose.
Yeah, very true. Very true. And I'll give you just a glimpse of the team I was rooting for on Sunday. Hold on. There you go.
Oh, here we go. All right.
Actually, the best thing to do is just get like an Eagles hat and put a slash through it, and that was more along the lines. Being Giants fans, were like, please just beat the Eagles.
No, yeah,
please just beat the Eagles. You know what? I did not hear about too much buffoonery in Philadelphia after the loss.
I heard a little bit, clearly not as much as there would have been had they won, which makes no sense to me. But
that doesn't make any sense, does it? I mean, what's the point? Tear stuff up because you won the game. I mean, what kind of mentality is that?
Somebody,
you start doing shooters when your team wins. You don't start tearing stuff up. What's wrong with these people? Kids today.
Well, the thing is, I even saw socks. I even saw socks that had the Eagles logo on it, and it read "Grease the Poles."
Okay.
Socks, because what they do in Philadelphia is they climb the friggin' light poles and pull them down. So the Crisco company was really rooting for the Eagles, but actually they're probably just rooting for the Eagles to get to the Super Bowl because the town had to be ready. So they'd already bought it.
They had already bought that. They already greased the poles.
They had probably already greased the poles.
They did, but what do you think they were going to go out in the fourth quarter? They were going to win.
Valentine's Day, right?
Today is Valentine's.
Grease the poles. All right.
Anyway,
yeah, we're back there.
These are the jokes, folks. These are the jokes. Is this thing on?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, remember, the more you drink, the funnier Tom gets.
This is very true. Very true. Anyway, where's my Everclear? No, I'm just.
Nobody thinks I'm funnier than I do. I'll tell you that right now.
There you go. Well, you know what? I have the same problem. That's what the truth is.
I don't know why everybody else doesn't get it. That's my problem.
I know, exactly. We got a comment.
We got to bring the room down here.
You know what, Doug, stick around. We'll talk about this in a little bit. Well, we do want to mention it, but let's hold off on this news just a little while, and then so stick around. We will bring it up. So stick around, and we can go back and forth with you, Doug, on that. But
I kind of wish I had not read that. At any rate, no, bring it up now. We're gonna have to clear the air on that because we've both seen it.
All right. Well, we you know what? That's fine because we're kind of wrapping up cocktails and we'll talk about beer.
Well, we're wrapping up football and possibly getting back to cocktails.
We talked about football for 30 seconds.
I know, but still.
All right.
Let's pull this up.
All right. As per Doug Smith, and was that a car or
that's a car? I've got the. Hey, I'm in Union City. You know what they do. You know.
Well, I mean that new movie's coming out, Cocaine Bear. He made his way to
not for nothing. City, not for nothing. My boys actually called that last year. They were talking about Cocaine Bears. I don't know why. I'm like, so when I saw the trailer for this, like, did you two idiots write the script for this?
All right, well, see, I watched Jimmy Fallon last night, and Elizabeth, what's her face? She actually directed it. The actress,
Hurley?
No, Elizabeth Hurley. No. She actually did say it last night. When I saw it, I thought it was like
Sharknado.
Yeah, but like a not real. I don't want to use the word real, but like an attempt a serious movie, right? It's a comedy.
Well, of course
it's a comedy.
But
I mean, it's not a serious movie that is a comedy because it's so stupid. It's see what I mean?
One night out of the week.
There you go. But these are the jokes, folks. Anyway, it is literally a comedy. And it was based on, she said it was based on an actual true story where these drug runners used to drop, kilos of cocaine out of, low-flying planes, and the runners would go and take it and bring it, whatever, and they had to do. Well, a bear got into and ate 7 pounds of cocaine once.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. And obviously they found the bear, See,
that reminds me of 1987. Now I'm thinking it's 1987 in California.
All right.
I'd be surprised if the bear survived.
No, it didn't survive. They found the bear. It just, done, right? Totally OD'd. But this movie, it doesn't tell that story, but it captures the several hours between eating and ODing. Like what that bear did during that time. So,
anyway.
And it's all CGI, folks. They did not have a bear eat cocaine.
I bet that bear was hilarious, though, right? That bear had to be funny.
Right.
Or just really, really paranoid.
Which, again, is funny.
Get that chipmunk away from me. Get the chipmunk away from me. It's got a knife.
Right. I don't think he dropped acid after he ate the cocaine. So, these ants, come up me.
See, the first problem was he didn't have Quaaludes to bring him back down.
Right.
You got to balance everything out.
It's all about the balance, man. If you get a lot of cocaine, you got to have some Quaaludes. Again, I'm thinking 1987, Southern California. Don't mind me.
There we go. Anyway, all right. This is all parody, folks. We're joking. Anyway. All right.
Well, we think Tom's joking.
Well, wait a minute. We're joking.
We're joking. He's a joke.
Wink. Wink.
Anyway. All right. So news of the hour, and then we'll get back into beer and we'll go from there. Unfortunately, Doug Smith has written in and he made the announcement. Guys, sad note. Ed Stout passed on February 6th. He and Carol were pioneers. Stout's Brewery in Adamstown, Pennsylvania was a special place. Raise a glass to Ed.
Oh, man.
To Ed.
Absolutely. I will say right now, couple things there. The first stout I ever had that was not Guinness was actually Stout.
Stout. Sure.
And it freaked me out because it was so long ago. It was the first time I ever had a beer that had Lee's in it. I didn't know what the hell that stuff was back then. Because they've been around a very, very long time. It was a steakhouse. The brewery was attached to a steakhouse. It was Stout Steakhouse, and they made amazing beers. Like you said, they were pioneers. There's so many breweries that are down in southeastern Pennsylvania that owe their existence to stouts.
And beyond that too.
Yeah,
beyond that area as well. Yeah, sure.
I mean, it's because a lot of the breweries that open around the area, their head brewers cut their teeth at stouts. Well, I can't name any of them right now, but they've been there for so long. Were doing what they did. And they were so good at it. So,
anyway,
to Ed
Stout, to Ed.
Rest in peace. You did well.
There we go. All right. Okay. Beer.
Moving on. Beer. Oh, this is a beer show, isn't it?
It's a beer show. It is.
This is a beer show. We talk about everything but beers up to this point.
So, all right. So, like I had said, we had talked about. We got a comment. This might be.
Yes.
All right. To wrap that up, opened in 1987, the Black Angus was the legendary steakhouse.
Yep. And that was them.
That was them. All right. So anyway, there's a lot of beers. Some of the lists out there, I did a little research, did a little, Googling, if you will, and did some checking and everything else. So, sure, some breweries do make beers specifically for Valentine's Day, or they plan the release of a certain style of beer around Valentine's Day because it works. Any of those fit the bill. But most of these lists are actually beers that are perfect for Valentine's Day. Aren't necessarily brewed then or released then, but you can go out and get them whenever if you happen to have them and they're still available, or you have them at home already. They're perfect for Valentine's Day. So one off the top of the list was Oscar Blues. The Death by Coconut.
Okay.
Right. Which I'm shocked that. Have you ever had it?
Yeah, I've had it.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm sorry. Chocolate around coconut cream to me is Easter.
Fair enough.
To me, it's more Easter than it is Valentine's Day.
Chocolate and coconut. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, that's more of an Easter thing to me. So I kind of disagree with that one.
Gotcha. They also had side project. They had a framboise.
And a framboise, just because it's pink, yes, but it's also raspberry. We mentioned that's one of the flavors of Valentine. Maybe not as popular as cherry. So of course I'm thinking Creek more than anything. But a framboise is actually usually more approachable than a Creek. That depends on whose framboise and creek you're talking about, I guess.
This is very true.
Yeah.
And they also mentioned off-color. What was it? Dino s'mores.
S'mores.
So it was a s'mores. It was a s'mores stout, basically. So
if I think Valentine's Day, I don't
think s'mores either. But these are the ones on the list. So I brought them up to say that the only one that I really agree with on that list is the framboise.
Yeah. Because if you're going to go with, because to me, for Valentine's Day, when you talk about whining and dining and all that, I would think Narragansett's lobster beer is right up there as well, right? Because it's lobster.
Right.
If you're going to go with foods, I'm sorry, I don't get that list. S'mores. No. It's camping. It's okay. Well, but I agree. A framboise, a creek is a beautiful beer. A straight up chocolate beer. There's so many that we can discuss about that, and we will. There's so many ways to go there, and that's the whole thing. People make these lists all the time, and beer nerds like us disagree with them all the time.
Yeah, I hate lists. I really do. Yeah.
But not our top three, right, Tom?
No. Those are quite different.
That's different.
If you look at some of these lists, and you wonder, it's like, how much did the brewery pay you to get this? Because we have a reporter in Jersey who comes up with all kinds of lists and all kinds of things, and he's not very popular because everyone thinks he is pay for play or pay for list, and I've not heard of him much lately. So I think people finally got onto him, and I think I don't know. Is he gone?
I don't know. I don't think he's completely gone. I think.
Well, that's a lot of man to get rid of.
Right. This is true.
And I know a few people in the beer world who would pay to get rid of him. But I've not heard him in the capacity nearly or the rate that you normally. And I'm not going to mention the name or anything, but you wonder about these lists.
Yeah.
You wonder where some of these things come from. A lot of times it's just, family and friends writing in a lot.
Yeah.
You get that. Yeah. But any list like this, you could have written a list, John could have written a list, I could have written a list. John's and my list would have probably been very freaking similar. Your list, Tom's, would have been very, very different. The point is, any of these lists is tempered by your experience.
Yeah.
You can't have possibly drank every beer in the damn country to have come up with the best beer, this best beer, this best beer, this best beer. Okay, well, maybe if it's brewed by Treehouse, it might be true. Or Hill Farmstead or Schilling or some of my other favorite places. But then again, now we're talking my list again, right? It's based on your experience, what you've had, and everybody's experience is limited.
Very true.
Right? Except maybe John Hall's.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Maybe John Hall's. Yeah. That's definitely. Yeah. So anyway, but I do agree that a certain amount of we could even go into fruited sours. I don't want to say creeks, obviously, because we said framboise or whatever, but even fruited sours, if you have just a raspberry kettle sour or a cherry kettle sour. I mean, the perfect one was what was that one Victory did? Did they call it the Creek? It was a cherry creek, right? It was basically a cherry kettle sour, really, but
it wasn't a creek.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but it was pretty well done. I mean, for what it was spot on for the style. I mean, the cherry wasn't too insane, but it was there. But any of those will work. But I think the thing to talk about would be the chocolate beers. I think
because when you think of Valentine's Day, cards, flowers, chocolate. Right. That's what the industries have created for us and told us what we need to do on this day. And we do. And there's nothing wrong with this. But chocolates, I'm sure that chocolate companies love Valentine's Day. They love Easter. They love Christmas.
They do.
Those are their three big days.
They are.
I'm in the jewelry industry, so Christmas and Valentine's Day are huge for us. But
I can imagine that.
Yeah,
I can imagine that. I can see where that would be.
You see where that ties in.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not here talking jewelry. We're talking about beer, and we're going to talk about chocolate beers.
Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about chocolate beers, and I think we should just do our list and then discuss them as we do them, or even after them. Like put all of our stuff out there and then talk about all of the beers. Because I think we're going to have some different ones between us as opposed to some.
Yeah, John and I checked before the show, and our lists actually don't. We're not stepping over each other on this one.
Yeah.
Even though I've got 8 beers on mine for a top 3, but we'll see. Maybe Tom will have a. I have 5. You've got John's got 5. So let's see how many. See how many of these 13 beers.
So I just put 3 down for the top 3. I guess I could throw out a couple honorable mentions if you like, but should I start?
Start with your top 3. Go for it.
Okay, my top 3 is I'm going to start at number 3, which again, Dave or Samurai, you might think of this kind of Valentine's or Easter, depending on your point of view. Absence of Light from Four Hands, a 7.1%. It's a peanut butter chocolate stout, 7.1% that uses cocoa nibs and peanut butter. And I put that one on the list because I'm not a fan of peanut butter chocolate stouts. I really hate them, but this one is special. There's something just gorgeous about this one. I mean, the mouthfeel. I mean, it doesn't taste like milk chocolate. It tastes like it tastes like the best dark chocolate peanut butter cup you ever had.
Loving that. And the whole thing is this list is chocolate beers, not chocolate beers for Valentine's Day.
Okay,
chocolate beers. So you're good there.
So my number 2 is a local to me. Springfield Brewing Company pops this one out about every Black Friday. It's their Zari Night. This is their Bonbon Zari Night. It's a 9% rushed imperial stout that uses cocoa nibs and espresso. So we got chocolate coffee beer, and it is absolutely gorgeous.
Chocolate peanut butter, chocolate coffee. I'm with you.
Okay, and then I've got a classic for my number 1. Most of you I mean, it is somewhat local to me, but you guys have probably had it. It is the classic. Comes out every Valentine's or near Valentine's Day. Boulevard, their Boulevard Chocolate Ale.
Chocolate Ale, sure.
It's at 8.7% cocoa nibs with vanilla extract, and that thing is just gorgeous. I mean, if you want chocolate, that one gives you the chocolate. It gives you the romance, baby.
You know, it's funny, Tom. That was one of the ones I was toying around with, but I figured Tom's got to be listing this one.
That's a local for him.
I did all 3 Missouri. Absence of Light is Four Hands out of St. Louis. Springfield Brewing Company Bonbon Zari Night is here in Springfield, and Boulevard out of KC. So yeah, I was all Missouri. I didn't mean it that way, but that's the way I ended it.
Bonbon Zari Night. I got to. You've had a Zari Night before.
Yeah. I've had that one on the show. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So.
Big chocolate espresso. Oh my goodness.
Sounds yummy.
Sounds very yummy. All right, Samurai.
I've got on top of this before I get to my list, just a shout out to 3 of the OGs when it comes to chocolate beers.
These are not your honorable mentions.
No, they are honorable mentions because these beers are very honorable, and I'm going to mention them.
I see what you did there. You know what? While you ramble with your chocolate beer OG rhetoric, I'm going to pour my 3rd beer.
You go pour your 3rd beer, and you'll tell us what it is when I'm done with these 3 OGs, because you've got to give honor to these, because there's Samuel Smith's Organic Chocolate Ale.
Oh yeah, actually I forgot about that one.
That is such a gorgeous beer.
That is a classic. You're right.
As long as we're across the pond, we'll talk about Young's Double Chocolate Ale.
Yeah.
Another one of the classics. But for me, one of the first chocolate beers that I had from the U.S. was Rogue's Double Chocolate Stout.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that one, too. Yep.
That one is a classic. Oh, the mouthfeel on that thing is superb. I love that beer. None of them made my top 3, mind you. We're going to start down at 3 here. And I'm going to go with one from my adopted home state of Rhode Island, and that is Crooked Current. Crooked Current, their brewer is the Adjunct Queen. She knows how to use adjuncts and really just make a special beer.
She is right now. This is your number 3.
My number 3.
Okay.
And it is her chocolate habanero stout.
Oh my goodness, that sounds incredible. Yeah.
It is. That is an amazing beer. They do such a great job there and from the town that I lived in, Pawtucket.
Mm-hmm.
Passed it every day on my way to and from work. We probably should have stopped it more than I did. That's my number 1.
And as when we had her on the show, Natalie, right?
Natalie.
Yeah. When we had her on the show.
No, Nicole.
Nicole.
Begin with an N.
Nicole. We had her on the show. As it turns out, as close as you had gotten with her by stopping up there and living right in the same town as her brew was in, turns out I knew her 3 years earlier.
Yes, you did. by going to the
Newport Beer Festival.
Yes. So I'm going to throw a quick honorable mention in there.
Clearly not as well as you knew her. I just,
if you remember, she called me out on the show that she doesn't really remember me ever being in the tap room, but she was always busy.
Which is funny because she actually did say that after I brought the conversation her and I had up, she remembered my conversation that she had with me.
Yeah, remember you. Don't remember me. But so I'm going to throw an honorable mention in there because this beer is an OG in the fact it was the first beer you ever read about people lining up to get, and that's Foothill Sexual Chocolate. There's no conversation about chocolate beer without sexual chocolate being mentioned, right? Did I do it?
Yeah, you did it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said I wasn't going to, right?
You said you weren't going to.
Oh, and I did it anyway. I forgot to cross it off my list. Sorry, John. Kill me later.
It's all right. It's all right. It's just an honorable mention of mine. Just bring it up.
You can bring up the other version of it.
Just bring it up now. The only reason I was bringing it up, other than to give it its props,
we talked about it.
Is because I wanted to bring this up. Sexual chocolate.
Yes. There we go.
Wait a second. Is he barrel aged or not?
I don't know. I'll have to. Eddie, are you barrel aged? Yeah. Anyway.
So my number two. Carrie and I had taken a trip down to Nashville. We stopped in.
So sexual chocolate's not your number 2?
No, it's an honorable mention. No, my number 2. We had
so you did your number 3 before your 3rd honorable mention, 4th honorable mention.
Yes, basically.
But folks, I'm sorry for Dave tonight. There you go. I'm opening my 3rd.
Ricky.
Lucy, you got some splaining to do.
Okay, I explained my number 2. So my number 2, like I said, we're on our way to Nashville.
We've said number 2 way too many times on this show. It's getting really shitty out here.
Yeah, we keep we keep this up. I may have to do my number 1 sooner than later. But we're on our way to Nashville, and we stopped in Richmond first. And when you're in Richmond, Virginia, you need to go to Mekong. It's the front side of the Answer Brew Pub. And Mekong, first of all, the Vietnamese food there is amazing. But their beer list is astonishing. You walk in, they bring you the beer list, and you want everything on that damn beer list. But one of the ones we had on there was a beer called Paradise by Prairie Artisan Ales out of Oklahoma. And this was dark chocolate coconut beer. It was like drinking a Mounds bar. It was absolutely fantastic. It's probably to this day my favorite chocolate coconut beer. So good. And John, what's my favorite adjunct?
Coconut.
So that's definitely up there. But I'm going to have to turn into a homer for my number 1. Like Tom chose a number 1 from Missouri. I'm going to pick a number 1 from Joyzy, and it's Cane's Mexican Chocolate. A lot of people from Jersey say, Auntie Ad's cacao was better. Okay, Auntie Ad's and Auntie Ad sells out in 8 minutes, if that?
8 minutes? Try 8 seconds.
8 seconds. And I've actually had my golf shoes soaked in Auntie Ad cacao. That was a fun outing. Oh my God. At any rate, and I've had that. Don't get me wrong, it's a great beer, but I think Mexican Chocolate is a nearly perfect beer.
Mexican Chocolate's a pretty damn good beer. Yeah,
it's a really damn good beer. So. That's my number 1.
There you go.
All right.
Very nice. All right. Mine. I'll give you my 2 honorable mentions. One of them I already told you. Well, actually, Dave Already told you.
Sexual chocolate.
The sexual chocolate. One more time. Let's see Eddie one more time. Sexual chocolate. There you go. All right. From Foothills, obviously. My other number one is actually, I don't know if you ever had it from
Other honorable mention, not number one.
Other, the number one. Other honorable mention.
Skipping right to the top.
My other number one. Get two number ones. There you go. My other honorable mention is, I don't know if you ever had it, Ellicottville Brewing Chocolate Cherry Bomb.
I have had that. That's a damn good beer.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good beer. They make they're around. I mean, they're in upstate New York. Upstate New York. They're near Syracuse.
They used to be. We used to get them in Jersey.
Yeah, I don't think we do anymore.
I haven't seen them in forever.
They a smaller distributor brought them in. One that was mainly a wine distributor that did a lot of craft beer, and I'm pretty sure that they've just kind of focused their entire portfolio back on wine now and not doing any beer. And I don't think they jumped on with anybody else. But yeah, they were making some decent beer, Ellicottville. But yeah, the chocolate cherry bomb, just that was a crazy beer. But those are my two honorable mentions. Here are my top three. Ready?
We're ready.
All right.
We need that soundboard so we can do drum rolls. Or we can just do that. Yeah.
Or we can do that.
Or I could do this close enough to my mic that it'll sound like a thunder.
Oh, you don't have to do it close. It's already sounding like thunder. You know, you could have been in the other room. Your mic is ridiculous when it comes to that. So anyway, okay. Number three, an OG.
An OG.
Chocolate
covered all the OGs.
Chocolate Bock from Sam Adams.
That is an OG.
Oh yeah, that's a classic. Yeah,
that is a beautiful OG. It
was very good OG. Very, very well done beer. Anytime I see it, I get it.
Did that used to show up in the holiday pack?
It used to be in the holiday pack from time to time. See, that's when I always grabbed the holiday pack, because the holiday pack was always three each of four different beers, and the beers that they gave you,
and two of them were some of your favorites. I know.
No, three of them. They gave you 3 Boston Lager. They gave you 3 Winter Lager. They gave you 3 Chocolate Bock, and they gave you 3 Old Fezziwig.
Yeah,
I'd get 2 of them. Done. Two 12 packs. I'm good. Thank you very much. So I'm covered. You know, got a 6er of Boston Lager to just drink whenever, and then I got 3 6-packs of these great beers. Now it's 2 of each of 6 different beers, and no. I'm sorry.
Gotta go.
And Chocolate Bock's not even in it. So anyway,
anymore. No,
I do have one, and I did pick it up when I was in Boston last month. I have an 8-ouncer. One of those little cans. You had one, Dave, on the show. An 8-ouncer of Imperial Chocolate Bock.
Oh my goodness! Oh wow!
I will have that on the show at some point. I may sit on that until our big beer show this year for New Year's.
Those cans are small. I wouldn't sit on them. It may disappear. Careful.
Well done. Careful. Anyway, see where he went there, folks? Anyway.
See where that can went there, folks?
Anyway, so Chocolate Bock from Sam Adams. My number 2, and I'll say it once. That's it. Chocolate from Southern Tier.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Say it again.
Chocolate.
Oh, chocolate.
Yes. Chocolate. CHOKLAT. Chocolate.
One of their beers almost made my list. Fat Mint.
Yep. Fat Mint was pretty good. Was pretty good. Yeah. The chocolate mint one. And they have a chocolate orange one they do too. And they call that one
Orange.
Right.
Yeah.
So all 3 of those, you can interchange any of them, but I just went with the regular chocolate.
No, that's highly respectable.
Yep.
That's a good beer.
And my number 1, there you go. This beer is amazing. Chocolate Rain from the brewery.
Yes, it is. And I almost put that on my list.
Mm-hmm.
Almost anything that Mr. Brew does is another brewery that really can't put out anything wrong.
No, I don't think I've had anything. I don't think I've had anything bad from the Family Brew.
No.
So, but anyway, so there are my beers. So there you have. And just so you're aware, I'll just top the rest of that off really quick. My my third beer here is Branchinator.
Oh wow!
It's a Doppelbock from Silver Branch.
That would explain the name. Okay.
Branchinator. And this is another one that I thank Mr. Matthew Potensky,
I've heard of that guy.
Business partner in Coastal. Yeah, he was down at Silver Branch a couple weeks ago. Brought back a couple cans. I had one on the show last week, which was the Ruby Mild.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was.
I had the Pilsner that he brought me back on the Super Bowl show that we did on Sunday morning, and then this one just now. So there you go. I've had within a week. I've had all three. There you go. So
very, very nice.
So Joe, you're allowed to tell Joe now that I drink my beer. So, yeah.
So one thing. So Saturday, the day before the Super Bowl, there was a big beer festival in Jersey City at the Science Center.
There was?
Yeah, Coastal Brewworks was there. I think John was there.
Pretty sure
Jess was there, which means John was probably there. I remember seeing Matt. I also remember seeing.
I just had my kiss.
Oh, okay. You're going to rock and roll all night and party every day?
Every day. Go for it.
But the Coastal Brewworks tent, this was a 4-hour event, and for about 3 straight hours, they had at least 20 or more people on their line.
It was damn close to 4 hours. About 10 minutes into the VIP hour, we built up to about 20 plus people.
Oh my
and the last 10 minutes until 11 o'clock, it dwindled down to back down to 20.
15.
Yeah, 15.
I'll say one thing though. They had so the way they do this event is every booth, every beer vendor gets someone who works for the festival.
Mm-hmm.
And Coastal Brewworks possibly got the best one.
Yeah.
This kid went 4 hours straight without a break.
Mm-hmm.
John, Matt, Jess, nobody had to pour beer because he poured every beer. He learned all the beers. The kid was a machine. I hope you got his name.
I did. I did get his name on that one.
Hopefully he lives down in Monmouth County. When you open your brewery, you can hire the kid. My God, he was amazing.
He was really good. He didn't sit down once. He didn't take a bathroom break. He didn't eat anything. He didn't drink anything. Nothing. He was
never complained.
Nothing. And he learned the beers so well. He was really, 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 really good. Kudos to him.
Kudos to his parents.
There you go.
Yeah. For instilling the work ethic this kid had. Had to love it.
Uh-huh. Oh, damn it. All right. I'm pulling up a picture that I want to put on of it, but I'm going to have to hold on here.
Not working.
Yeah. What was your favorite beer that wasn't Coastal at the event on Saturday?
The beer that really stood out for me,
mm-hmm.
And there were some crazy beers there, but the one that really stood out for me was Gearbox Kolsch.
That was good.
That was just I was stunned at how good that beer was. When you've got beer festival, there's a lot of big stouts there. There's a lot of flavorful beers, a lot of adjunct beers, sours, beers across the board, every style. And for the Kolsch to be the beer that stood out, tells you how well brewed that beer was. It was absolutely amazing. Really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was really good. There was a couple. The Pilsner I had from Double Tap was the Italian Pils that they did was pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, no, they do good stuff there. And I also like the mint porter from Five Dimes.
Five Dimes, yeah. The peppermint porter. The peppermint porter. Very good. I don't know if
you guys can. I don't know if you can see enough of this, but this is the line to get Coastal.
Oh wow!
I don't know if you can see that. Okay, yes, that's also the bathroom right there, but the bathroom did not have this kind of.
The bathroom had no line.
No,
the bathroom had no line. It was the line for.
Yeah, it was the line for Coastal.
And then, of course, we took the family picture afterwards, and here is the family picture. There you go.
There you go.
Oh, very nice.
So there you go. Everybody in it. There you go.
There was one with just those wearing Coastal shirts.
There was that one too. I didn't put that one. I'll do that with my phone like you did.
There you go.
And
Alcatula was a big walking billboard for Coastal.
There we go.
There you go.
Oh, nice. That's very nice. Yeah.
There you go. Anyway, yeah, that was the close family.
Yeah,
the extended family was the first picture. So.
This is the family that John liked enough to give shirts to.
It's everybody that has poured at one time or another, or is Dave,
or it's me.
Anybody. But it was very good. No, it was good. Kudos to them, though. That was an awesome event. Not that we were going to bring it up and that has anything to do with the show, but kudos to them. It was a great event in Liberty Science Center. They've done these apparently all over the state.
Yeah, if bruisology hits your town.
Yeah, go. Definitely go. It was a well-run event. They knew what they were doing. They had all the bases covered. It wasn't a slipshot event. They knew their shit. They sold out 2,500 people. You okay there?
I've been drinking beer all night. I take one sip of water.
Pays to buy the best.
I drink one sip of water. I start to choke.
Yeah.
My body's going, what is this hydration stuff?
Right. So no, it was very well run. They didn't miss any beat. 2,500 tickets sold out. Pretty much everybody. I mean, we were out of beer just before close. A couple of people ran out right around when we did. Most everybody ran out. I don't think there was any brewery that didn't run out of beer or was damn close to running out. But
yeah,
probably would have made it another 5 or 10 minutes. That's about it.
I know Carton ran out because I did not get my third boat.
We were out of one of our beers. We were out of Nautical Twilight halfway through. We were out of building sandcastles for the last 45 minutes. We were out of building sandcastles. All we had was the lager. All we had was awkward tan lines.
Yeah.
And then we ran out of that. So, but yeah, I mean, it was a very well run event, and I definitely my support's there. If you see them anywhere, if you're watching this anywhere, because they've done these all over the country. Just go to bruisology.com. I'm just giving them a plug because I really enjoyed it, and not because our brewery was there.
Or because they put you in a great spot.
Oh yeah, well they did, but I mean it was awesome. But it was a very well run event, and I would definitely, no matter where you are in the States, if one of these is coming near you, go. It was very well done. And the breweries they had there, it wasn't just like they didn't take anybody. They didn't just get like a bunch of, hey, we got beer, come drink. That wasn't it. They actually did their research, and they did it well, and they had a good curated bunch of beer for you.
Yeah. Yes, they did.
So anyway,
all right. Any passing shots?
Yeah. Are there any, Tom? Any words of wisdom to close out the show on this Valentine's Day, 2023?
Oh well, it's Valentine's Day, so
So what? I thought you were gonna continue.
I've already used my dirty material. I got nothing left.
He's got nothing left. It's all done already.
Oh,
it's like, it's Valentine's Day, so
you can't eat it or fucking kiss it. That's all I got.
Yeah. Lucy, what about you? Lucy?
I think I've shot my load.
I thought we were done.
I couldn't help it. No, I think I've said everything I think I need to say about what we were talking about with the cocktails and the wine, the champagne, the beer, and food. Well, we can talk food, but it's not a food show.
Yeah, it's not a food show. I mean, what do you? I'm having dinner shortly. We're gonna have a nice couple steaks, baked potato.
Oh, nice, very nice. There you go.
No, I cooked dinner for Carrie last night and cooked her one of something I know she absolutely loves is steak au poivre.
Oh, I love steak au poivre.
Steak au poivre is great. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, did that with some nice roast asparagus and nice simple meal, but that's a beautiful meal right there. Mm-hmm. Bottle of red wine. We did our wine yesterday.
Little Chianti.
No, and there was no liver or fava beans. No, it was I think it was a California cab.
There you go.
Because California cabs and steak au poivre really do go nicely together.
Well, you know what I always say about that, right? Why go Merlot when you can call a cab?
What would you call a cab? I would call it yummy.
Yummy. Anyway, so you know what? have at it. Whatever your traditions or whatever you want to do on Valentine's Day. If you go all out, whether whether it's a second Christmas or whether you just have a nice dinner or anything in between, enjoy it. Obviously there's only 4 hours of it left, but enjoy it. It's what you want it to be, right? That's what this holiday is about, right?
And a word of comfort.
And is it really a holiday, though? I mean, it's like
I don't know about that, but
it's an observed day on the calendar that people make money on and spend money on, depending on who you are, right?
But a word of comfort to those who are alone today. You're alone every other day of the calendar, so why complain about this one?
Yeah, if you're fine with your situation, whyever it is your situation, yesterday or tomorrow, don't be upset today. It's Tuesday. That's it, right? And I'm not saying that in a bad way or like, oh, or even poor you or anything. Just it's Tuesday. Who cares? Whatever. Enjoy it. Yeah, do whatever you do. What'd you do last Tuesday? Do that tonight. You're good.
You're basically an atheist on Christmas.
Right. Yeah. Right, that's all. That's it. Go out and watch a movie and have some Chinese food. Oh no, that's not.
That's Christmas.
So anyway.
But I digress.
We're getting
we kid. What?
No one ever writes us. I'm trying to get people
atheists.
Trying to get people to write us letters.
Oh yeah, write us. It doesn't matter. Bad press is press, right? One way or the other. Right?
There you go.
No, it isn't. Come on, stop. Anyway, these are the jokes, but I digress. Thank you, Tom.
What I'm here for. I bring the classics.
You do bring the classics.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you bring the class. I was like,
well, that too. Why do you think he's been on the show so much? But you know what?
Only in relative terms.
Yeah.
So we did neglect to mention this. Cheers to Tom, because not including our 100th episode where he came on for 10 minutes, not including that episode. This is his 10th show with David.
You're gonna cheer him when I'm out of beer. Thanks. I got a little bit left of this one.
There you go. So, cheers, Tom. Thank you very much. 11th, if you're counting that one, but either way. But 10th full show.
Keep trying to get back on my show. I'll reciprocate.
We will definitely do that. Let's plan. I may be around Friday. I could jump on with you. If Dave's around, he could jump on too. If he's not, then we could definitely plan something to do, the three of us, on a Friday. We could do. Let's not, even if Dave's around this Friday, let's not do it, but let's plan a port show. Let's do plan a port show.
Yeah, I gotta get myself.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a pillow.
That too.
Port is such a great sleep aid for me.
It is. It's very good. And let's plan it for when I really don't have much to do on that Saturday.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
That'd be nice.
This Saturday I have a lot to do. I should say I have a lot to drink this Saturday. And they're
first Saturday in a while I don't have anything planned.
And it's their higher ABV beers.
Oh yes, I make that event scares me.
Yeah, it's a scary event. It is a scary event. So
Stout Fest at Zigmeister with almost every stout over 30% alcohol.
It's insane.
I exaggerate a little bit, I think.
No, they're 8s and 10s and 12s.
They're still up there, my God.
They're up there. But
and we don't
there's over 50 different stouts.
Yeah, and I don't live close enough to Uber that.
Mm-mm. We're staying up there. So
you've got family up there.
Right. So
yeah, good for you.
Mm-hmm. So so we're gonna go up there, Uber to Jersey Girl, Uber to Zig, then Uber back to the house and pass out.
And then sleep for a day and a half.
No, just sleep till Sunday morning because we have some things to do on Sunday. And
good luck with that.
Yeah, and next Wednesday starts the big trek to Asheville that we're doing.
Very nice.
So it should be good, as Fabio says.
And
not Fabio that everybody knows. Fabio that's been on the show. Different Fabio. Completely different Fabio.
So next week we're taking off?
No, the following week.
The 28th we're taking
We'll have a show next week. Yeah. 2 weeks from tonight, there'll be no show. It's another vacation week. There'll be no show. But we'll make it up to you, we promise. But next week, tune in. We'll definitely be here.
We'll try to make it up to you.
And check out everything that this man does too. The Whiskey Whisperer, the Beer Whisperer, Beer Whisperer and Friends. He has YouTube. Tom, shout out your info.
What do you do on Thursdays?
So I've tried a new format called At the Pub, where I have beer guys, whiskey guys, even musicians. So it's just, we talk about the beer and whiskey, but it's about, kind of a virtual pub. If you were to meet somebody at the pub, have that conversation where it's not an interview, it's just a conversation. And
how many fights have broken out?
Well, none so far, but I'll tell you, oddly enough, the most popular show so far has been one with the musician Scott Allison,
Nice.
blues performer out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. This guy's amazing, but that's been the most popular one so far, and I wouldn't have thought it, but the guy's amazing. It was one of those great shows. Scott came on, and before we went live, he says, "Tom, I don't know how long we can do the show." I said, "Hey, if we talk for 15 minutes and we're done, I'll turn it off." And I had to cut that show at 1 hour and 15 minutes because I could have ran it 2.5 hours. Because I'd ask a question, and man, this guy just had the greatest stories. It was just a lot of fun.
Nice, very nice.
So thanks, guys. I appreciate the plug.
Yeah, definitely. At the Pub. Now, At the Pub is on. Do you have a Facebook page for that, or you're just sharing it to the beer?
So I did start a Facebook page called At the Pub Podcast, where I'll share all the podcasts to that particular page.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, typically Thursdays from 6 to 7. There's a few that I've done on Fridays from 6 to 7 as well.
Really? You've done some on Fridays from 6 to 7, have you?
Yeah, that was you, my friend. But I'm off Friday, so Friday works for me, which is why I do them on Thursdays, because I'm off Fridays.
You're on Friday, sure. Fair enough.
And I just think Friday would be a good day because I figured most people are going out from 6 to 7,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And folks, those of you watching in a different time zone, it's 6 to 7 Central time.
That's Central time. Yeah, I forgot. I'm in a different time zone, you guys. Yeah.
7 to 8. So it's 7 to 8 live. 7. You can watch it whenever, obviously, because it's on YouTube, right? You have a YouTube channel, and you put these on the At the Pub Facebook page as well. But it's 7 to 8 live Eastern time, whenever the weather's Thursday night or Friday night, and then of course, 5 to 6 Mountain and so forth and so on. But
there you go.
But yeah, no, we'll definitely come on. I like I said, I should be able to come on this Friday. But let's see what Dave's doing. But let's plan for another day. Let's plan. Let's plan for the Port Show. And anytime you want to have me on as a musical guest, it's going to be history because I haven't been in a band in several years.
He's just going to talk about Rush.
Oh, no. Me, I'm saying. Bands I've been in.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. Some
we'll talk about the state of music.
80s and playing in Manhattan and CBGBs and all of that. So we could talk about that. And CBGBs, what does CBGB stand for? Either of you?
Country Bluegrass Blues.
And what does the OMFUG stand for?
Oh, I can't remember. Other music. I can't remember the rest of it.
It's Country Bluegrass Blues and other music for uplifting gormandizers.
Yeah, I can't remember the last part. Yeah. I love the movie. The movie was outstanding.
Oh, with Alan Rickman? Yeah, that was really
good. It was
funny too because I had Jess, because we played there, right? We played it at CBGB's, and I had her watching the movie, and it was a very good movie. It was a really good movie. I did really enjoy the movie. But Jess asks me, she goes, when there was the one scene with Iggy Pop in the bathroom, she says, "Oh my God, that bathroom's disgusting. Was the bathroom really that bad?" I says, "Absolutely not. It was much worse than that." That's clean compared to the way the bathroom was.
Oh, nice.
God. So anyway, but it was, that was great. I mean, I could talk about that all night. So if you ever want to do that, let me know.
I would love to do a show just talking about that. That would be awesome.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. So, all right.
Thanks, Steph. I appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you again so much.
So, all of you out there, enjoy Valentine's Day. We'll wrap the show up on that note.
What's left of it?
What's left of it, of course. Tom, don't go anywhere. We'll talk after this.
Obviously. All right.
We'll wrap the show up for today. We want to thank everybody for watching. And for those of you just listening to the audio podcast, thank you for listening. Don't forget to visit our website, www.lageroom.com. That's LAGERROOM.com. And please remember, like us and follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course our YouTube channel. All of them are at The Lager Room. Remember, we go live with the video podcast on both Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday night around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. For those of you who just want to listen to the audio podcast, you can do so on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Podcast, Amazon Music Podcast, and iHeartRadio as well. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to one or more of those feeds, and you will never miss a show. Again, thanks for following along with us. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. Drink a lot of beer, but drink responsibly. And we will talk to you soon, folks. Take care. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Sláinte.
Jindan.
Goodbye.
Prost. Anything else?
There's all kinds out there.
I know.
Sante.
Sante again.